Today we're back on some more Modern Warfare Zombies, and we're going to be going into the Elder Dark Ether, and I want to be showing you guys how, as a solo player, you can be completing the Elder Dark Ether and farming up any of those schematics that you need, and also getting any of those classified acquisitions that you can find inside of the Dark Ether. And yes, that does include all of the acquisitions from the previous Dark Ether and the new one. So this could very well be the very best way to be farming the absolute best loot in Modern Warfare Zombies. So with that, welcome on back to the channel, everybody. If y'all don't know, my name is Ghost. I appreciate everybody that stops by the video today. If you're into zombies content or anything Call of Duty, consider rocking that like button, man, and subscribing to the channel. We just recently hit 12,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support lately. You guys have just been killing it here on the channel. Now, in order to get this Elder Ether done solo, there is a few things that I'm going to recommend that you guys bring in here in order to get this done. So the very first thing we're going to have to deal with is going to be an HVT on a Mega Abomination, so I'm going to recommend that you guys find a Juggernaut to bring in here. Next, we're going to be having to deal with the Holdout mission, so my recommendation is to bring in at least a couple of turrets so you can set those things down and help fending off the zombies when you're in here. And lastly is going to be those ether extractors, so make sure that you got plenty of either monkey bombs, those cashmere grenades, or plenty of decoys. So as soon as you spawn into the Dark Ether, the very first thing you're going to want to do is make a 180 and start going the other way, and it's going to be inside of the building to your left. The first bunny is going to be up in that second little story. You're going to hear it kind of like talking with like the children's laughter and voices, but I am still going to pull up the map here just so you guys know where it's at, and it's going to be right here at C5. Now, starting this contract is going to give us the HVT on the Mega Abomination, and this guy spawns down in the river, which is kind of a pain because he's really hard to see. So not only is it kind of hard to kill him, but you're going to have a lot of zombies that are running around you and chasing after you at the same time that are also going to be coming from different directions all through the fog, and it's just kind of a pain. I have figured out that you can actually lure him up out of the fog if you really want to, but for this round, we're just going to throw our Juggernaut down right in here. Just don't be a dummy like me and lose your Juggernaut for a minute, because I was running around in the fog. I actually lost where I threw this thing for a second. Also, I don't know if you guys have been down here yet and just been kind of venturing around and maybe gotten stuck inside of like those corals. Man, though, that sucks because you cannot jump over them or anything, and when you got zombies all around you and kind of getting you stuck in there, you might as well just consider yourself down at that point. Yeah, look, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I was honestly thinking I completely lost where I threw this thing for a second, but we were finally able to find it, and I'm not gonna lie, this kind of gave me the same feeling that I got when I first played Modern Warfare Zombies. Like when I tried the Juggernaut on the Mega Abomination inside of the red tier zone for the very first time, that's actually how I got the ray gun. I really felt like he was gonna kill me when I was doing that, and the same thing was happening here. Like there was so many zombies that were surrounding me when I was trying to take down this Mega Abomination. Just do not give up, and I guarantee you that your Jug will eventually take down this thing. And look at that, we got this guy dealt with, and he gave us the Blood Burner Key schematics, and he also gave us some golden armor plates. I've been finding a lot of those acquisitions from the first Dark Ether, which makes this run even better. So if you guys want to farm up things from either the first Dark Ether or from this Dark Ether, all you have to do is come in here, and you do have chances of getting all of them. So next we're going to run straight out of the fog here, straight towards the train tracks, and it's going to be the tallest building that's going to be straight in front of us. Now you can take the stairs inside this building to get to the very top, but if you do that, you might have to deal with some zombies. So directly on the other side of the building, there is actually a ladder that's going to go all the way from the ground to the very top of the roof. I'm sure if you guys played a lot of Warzone or maybe some DMZ, you guys should be pretty familiar with these maps or these areas by now. But once we get to the very top of the roof here, the bunny is going to be sitting directly on top of the doorway here, and I'm going to pull up the map and show you the location. It's going to be right here at E7. Now this is the one that's going to start the Holdout mission, and what I would advise you guys to do is to bring in at least a couple of turrets to do this one. Now for me, I ended up finding another Jug suit, and that's what I ended up using over here. Now I really wouldn't recommend this because the Jug doesn't last long enough to hold out in here. Luckily I did bring the VR11, and I was trying to turn as many zombies as I could so they could act as decoys for me, because I didn't bring so many monkey bombs in here, and I was kind of thinking what I was going to do so I could finish up those ether extractors. Now I'm not going to lie, this is probably going to be the toughest part of doing the Elder Dark Ether solo, especially if you don't have yourself like a bunch of monkey bombs or like a lot of decoys and stuff that you can constantly be throwing. The few times that I've came in here with like a crew, this was probably one of the easier ones to do because everybody's in here and just looking out each window and everybody's firing. We usually have a sentry gun or two set up, and it's just a breeze. But the few times that I have done this solo, it is a little bit of a fight, so be prepared. And actually laying waste to all of these zombies in this Holdout contract with this Juggernaut right here was actually pretty cool. But this really does go to show you guys as well that you really don't need like overpowered weapons and stuff to be running this Dark Ether in particular. It's mainly just going to be about being set up with the correct score streaks and items. Like all you guys guys are really gonna need is just gonna be that Juggernaut to take care of the Mega Abomination, and then maybe a couple sentry guns if you need to take care of this Holdout mission, and a bunch of like monkey bombs and cashmere grenades, and that's pretty much it. And at least all these things are easily obtainable. Like with the previous Dark Ether, if you didn't have the VR11, then if you were solo, you were pretty much screwed. And right here is when I went down. This is the only time that I went down in here. I was actually pretty surprised about that, but that's what we bring in all these self revives and stuff for. But we were finally able to hold these guys off for long enough, and what do you know, this thing gave us not only the MWZHUB holding schematics, but it also gave us the MWZHUB holding acquisition. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in our backpack, and we're gonna leave the schematic right here because we already got those. And now it's gonna be time to go and start our very last contract, which is gonna be those ether extractors, and these ones are honestly gonna be a breeze. The location of this bunny is gonna be on the very tippy top of the mall, and there is a few ways that we can get up here, especially if you don't have that scorcher case. Now the first way is gonna be through the parking garage, and you guys can hop on the roof that way, and then there's also gonna be the way that I'm gonna show you right here. Now I particularly like to come this way because right as I'm running by, there's gonna be an ammo station that is right up against the mall, and I like to hit that thing to refill on my decoys. So we're gonna hit this ammo refill thing right here, and then you can see there's gonna be a truck directly in front of us, and all we're gonna do is hop up on this truck and then hop up on the boxes and up on the roof. There's gonna be a little ladder that's just to your left. Go ahead and take that ladder and then go across the roof once you get up there. Once you get on the very top, run along the edge until you're over the top of the parking garage. Run along the edge of the mall until you get to the front, and then you should be able to see where you can clearly hop up to the very top of the roof. Once we get up here to the bunny, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up that map one more time just to show you guys the exact location, and it's gonna be at I-6, but I gotta say this one is pretty hard to miss. Now I kind of got extremely lucky right here because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, my field upgrade isn't quite ready yet, and I only have 2 decoy grenades, and I'm out of monkey bombs and everything, so what else am I gonna do? And I shot a crystal right here, and I've extremely lucky enough got a monkey bomb from this crystal right here. Just extreme luck, but that does go to show if you guys are needing something like a tactical, or if you need monkey bombs and stuff like that, make sure you shoot these crystals. You never know what can pop out of them. Go ahead and get this first one done here with the monkey bomb, and I don't know about you guys, but it feels like these ether extractors are a little bit more crowded with enemies than the ones in the first Dark Ether. We're gonna make our way over to the second one here, and I don't know about you guys, I really wish these things weren't as buggy as well, especially when I'm like running low on self-reses and stuff like that. And also beware, especially if you guys are like really low on plates and stuff like that, and if you're depending on like the decoys, there's gonna be a lot of those disciples that are hanging out around these things, and they don't get distracted by the decoys. Like the same thing with the manglers, they're still gonna be trying to, you know, whack you with their cannons, and that can definitely hurt. So just definitely stay on your guard, but you guys should be okay to get these things handled and done with. Yeah, and like even with this last one though, like right when you see it blow up, did you see that big ass horde of zombies that was right behind it? That's kind of crazy. So finally, after getting this contract done, it ended up dropping us the blood burner key, we got a epic ether tool, and a perk. Now that we got all 3 of these contracts done, let's go ahead and go head on up to that extraction. Now the one extraction that I've been able to find is the one that is up on the hill by the mall. Now if you guys know of any other ones, please go ahead and leave them down in the comments section. I'd love to know about them. But I think that's gonna be about it, guys. They got a pretty damn good run here. Not only were we able to farm up some of those new schematics, but we also got a bunch of those acquisitions, and we even got some of the previous classified acquisitions from the old Dark Ethers, so you can apparently get all of the acquisitions from both of the Dark Ethers from this one, making this probably the most efficient run for farming up the best loot. So yeah, I appreciate everybody that checked out the video. Again, thank you all so much. I'm gonna edit this up and take my ass to bed. I am tired. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments section. Drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe in the channel if anybody is new. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one.